Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Dory, no singing.
Dory.
Dory.
I love to swim in.
Dory.
When you want to swim, you want
See,
to
I'm gonna
keep
get stuck now with that song.
gymnasium, boys. We're here to celebrate Pat's life. We want it to be happy. We want it to be an experience where we all just feel good. Not crying, not sad. That's what she wanted. She said, I don't want people crying and being sad. We're happy that she lived. We're not happy that she passed, but we're happy that she lived. Kathy?
So it's fitting that our first reading is a poem called Feel No Guilt and Laughter. Feel no guilt and laughter. She'd know how much you care. Feel no sorrow in a smile that she's not here to share. You cannot grieve forever. She would not want you to. She'd hope that you could carry on the way you always do. So talk about the good times and the way you showed you cared, the days you spent together, all the happiness that you shared. Let memories surround you. A word someone may say will suddenly recapture a time, an hour, a day that brings her back as clearly as though she were still here and fills you with the feeling that she is always near. For if you keep these moments, you will never be apart, and she will live forever, locked safe within your heart. I love you, Pat.
That was Kathy Wilson from Kent. We have 7 friends that came down to celebrate Pat's life with us. We feel honored that they came down. We feel honored that all of you came. We're happy that Larry was able to bagpipe again. This would be our 4th time of listening to Larry do his bagpiping. He's from Nova Scotia. It's a beautiful thing. You'll enjoy watching him and listening to him play as soon as we're done with this part. And then after we're done, we'll get together again for a couple seconds or minutes and let some balloons go. I want to thank Dorothy for helping Larry to get here to do this. Dorothy was on the golf league a few years ago, and so I knew her from there. Also, the people, our KOA family, we just don't know how we could have done it without all of you. Helping with the balloons and helping with the food and helping with all the different activities that have been going on. If any of you have lost a spouse or a partner or a child, you know what it's like. And it's not happy, and it really helps when you have those friends and those people with you to get you through it. So thank you again for all of you being here. We'd like to thank our friends, the ladies in my golf league, the other friends that we have that showed up for this event, that we're always with Pat and I. Thank you so very much. Hopefully you all signed the guest book. If you'd like to write a little bit more in it than just your name, feel free to come back while Larry's playing and just write a little bit more. Some people have written 2 pages worth. I'm like, oh, it'll be fun to read as we're done with this activity. We also had a bookmark that each one of you hopefully got. If you look at one side, it's got a picture of Pat and her birth date and the day that she passed, and her favorite saying, which was, somebody can read it? What was her favorite saying? Everything happens for a reason. We don't know what the reason was she passed so soon, but we'll find out someday. As far as the bookmark goes, on the back side, Pat and I went to see the movie The Help. How many of you saw The Help? There was a scene in there where Abilene sat May Mobley. Abilene was the African-American nanny, and May Mobley was a little white girl. She would sit her on her lap every day, and she would read to her. She would say to her, "You are kind, you are smart, you are important." And Pat and I, both having been educators, said if every parent would do that to their kids, instead of, "Turn the TV down, get out of here," how some of us do, how much different some of their lives would have been. So Pat and I thought if it was good for a child to hear, why wouldn't it be good for an adult to hear? So as you read the back, it'll say, have you said your Pat positive affirmations today? And those are some of the positive affirmations that Pat and I would say to each other every day. Some of them had to do with losing weight or exercising or being kind or being patient. Think about the things that we like to change in our lives, and maybe you could start saying some positive affirmations to your husband or your wife or your children, or even just to yourself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, "I'm strong." Whatever you're weak at, tell yourself just the opposite. All right? It's something that really works. And Pat was very big on that. I haven't taught in so long, it's hard to talk to people. This is Julie. She was my student teacher back in '97.
Still her assistant. I don't get paid.
She's taking care of me. As far as the t-shirts go, you look around and you see several people with these t-shirts on. Our very good friend Lisa Blumenkrantz, whose father, Dr. Blumenkrantz, was Pat's surgeon, would talk to Pat all the time. She's getting her PhD in cancer molecular biology. Very intelligent woman. Has been around cancer her whole life, having had her dad be a cancer surgeon. And Pat was talking to her about some of her symptoms and some of the things that were going on and how she was depressed or whatever. And she said, you know what my family always said? Just like Dory in the movie Nemo, just keep swimming. Well, so Pat put that, if you would get the Pat's updates in the email, we would always end it with, just keep swimming. Because we've all got some kind of adversity in our life that we have to swim through or just work through. So one of our friends, Debbie, who happened to come down here, got a friend who made these shirts that said, just keep swimming. And she gave them to friends. The first time Pat and I ever saw them, we were going to a football party. We went out to a friend's house. There's 10 of our friends sitting there watching the football game. We sit down on the couch. They gave us 2 bags and they said, we got gifts for you. So we opened them up and here's our shirts and we go, oh, how cool. Then all the women took their shirt off and they had one of these on. Well, of course, Pat and I both started crying. The next thing we know, Pat's getting emails with people from all over the world. Iona, Scotland, Hawaii, all over, with pictures of them in their Just Keep Swimming shirts. They could be climbing a mountain, or they were in their kayak, but they had these shirts on. So Debbie ordered up, I don't know, 60 of them, and gave them out to people. The next thing we knew, we had to order 50 more. They cost $15. Debbie, the girl in Chicago, said, I'll do another run if you want to sell some more. So if anybody would like to purchase one of these Just Keep Swimming shirts for your kids or for yourself or your grandkids, just to remember, you got to just keep swimming in life. Julie has a clipboard. Just sign your name, pay the $15, give us your phone number, and we will be in touch with you. You can do that anytime tonight while Larry's playing or work, going on this evening. Okay. We have some readings. I got this on a card from a friend, and I looked at this card and I thought, these 3 things are just wonderful, these things. So let's read them at Pat's memorial service. So let's have number 1 up here. Oh,
I don't have a teacher voice.
This is Dorothy. This is the one from Nova Scotia that was in our golf league that got Larry to do this for us. Oh my God.
We remember a life today and all that made her who she was, all that delighted her, that made her laugh, or moved her to tears, calling to mind her story and the many lives that she touched along the way.
This is our friend Liz. She's from down here in Florida, and she's going to read the second.
We honor Pat's life today, her outlook, her inner strength, and the things that she believed in, recognizing her goodness, her uniqueness, her own special gifts shared generously with the rest of the world.
And finally, those of you from the KOA will know Susan. Susan is our neighbor. She's from Canada also. I don't know why I picked 2 Canadians today.
I do.
So she's going to read the third one.
We celebrate a life today and her connections with family and friends, and all who loved her, feeling enriched for having known her, and so grateful for our time with her, the way she affected us, inspired us, and affirmed for us that this is how life should be.
It's hard to talk when you have different people that are outside, so they did a nice job. And thank you very much, ladies, for reading that. what I want to do now is, after Larry's going to start playing in about 15 minutes, watching the sun go down and enjoying yourself about things in your life and things that you might need to work on. We're going to have some balloons that we'll let go of. So at the end, we'll come back together, get our balloons, and then a few more words said, and then we'll let these balloons go or release these balloons. What I want to do now is I want to spend a few minutes where you can just say something about how Pat touched your life, or a memory that you had, whether it was when you were a child, which probably Barbie would be the only one in this that would remember that, but just say a couple words about Pat or something that you can think of. Anybody want to say something? Dr. John? Dr. John, Pat and my acupuncturist, and Sam, if you ever need an acupuncturist, I'm telling you, she has helped us in a lot of different ways. So, Dr. John.
Newspaper, the lives of more than 50 people were memorialized in the obituaries. We are here to memorize the life of one, our dear, beloved Pat. All of us loved her and she loved all of us. I met her about more than 10 years ago. As a physician, we treat everybody equally, but Pat is special. And she's my, I have a confession to make, she's my favorite patient. And she's also a dear friend. I hope I don't hurt other people's feelings here. we all know she loved us after she was diagnosed with cancer. And the strength, the courage, the breeze that pouring out of her in the clinic, and the way she touched other people, the way she devoted to help other cancer patients and spread the knowledge and to the community. And she volunteered at so many different events, and she did how many breast cancer walks? It's just amazing. She's a real person. She's so authentic, and I know each one of us just love her. And Pat says there's everything happens for a reason. It's really an awesome reason that we all know her in our lives. That's a good one. And Pat's approach to life is to keep on swimming. And her beautiful spirit live on in each one of us as we keep on swimming and until we will see her again. Thank you.
Anybody else wants to say something?
And I would just like to say that I knew Pat when I was 16. Pat came to our high school as a new student, and we immediately got into trouble together and had a good time. But we lost each other in college and didn't really communicate until we found in a past reunion that we somehow both landed in St. Petersburg. And I had an opportunity to stand, but I have to say that Pat became so anxious to make me happy and to make my move here happy. She never mentioned her cancer. And the last time I saw her, she was volunteering and driving other women so that we would all volunteer and have packages and make boats. And she that's when she stopped her chemo, so we know that she was headed for her healing. But I just want to say how much I believe and how much I know that in the future people you meet come back to you. And,
I also got to teach with Pat, so I feel very blessed. I'm one of the people that came from Ohio. But I got a chance to ask Pat, and she could leave me with any words of wisdom, because we know that Pat always left us with some wisdom. And she said, find joy in every day. So if you can keep that with you, even we know when it gets challenging or when we struggle through loss, find joy in every day.
I'll say something. For many years, I would have serious conversations with God. You know, the conversation would look in my eyes and say, Mike, you're full of shit.
Well said, Mike.
They are right across from us in the KOA. They've been there for like 10 years. We get to know them very well and talk to them and watch a lot of dinners and things together. And that is true. Anybody else?
Okay.
How can you beat that? Gary! Gary will beat it.
What was that? What did you say?
She's going, how could you beat that? I said, Jerry will beat it.
I might. About, can't give me enough, either 10, 11, 12 years ago, we pulled into the KOA to cut their coat. Our first winter down here. We're parked next to them. That day on it became the girls and the boys. It's interesting when you spend that much time. We became family. Thing I will miss most, my friend. Because I can't do it like that, and I will miss this. Jan! It's true.
Every morning when we let the dogs out, if you're not a camper, your camper is about, where's Sally and Tom, or that's how big your yard is. Why we let the dog out and the window would open and Ralph would go, good morning, lady! And then, he would ask us what we were having for dinner, and he's going to put a pork roast in. We're like, that's great. It was wonderful living next to me. And it has been. So we'll be back next year. Anybody else?
You did better than me.
Okay, we have Larry. Can you start right now? Okay, Larry's going to start entertaining us. As soon as Larry's done, you want to sign again the book, write some more in it if you can. If you want to order a T-shirt, look for Julie. He's got the blue shirt on. And just say, yeah, I want one. Enjoy Larry. It's just been so wonderful to listen to him. And then when he's finished, if you would come back, we'll have some balloons for you to hand out. We'll have a few more words to say. Then we will celebrate happy. All right. Thank you all.
tell me when they're going.
We're almost there. Okay, can I get your attention, please? We got one more reading to do that Jan wants, but I also want to tell you right now, we're asking that after Jan lets her balloon go, everyone else can let theirs go. But if you would please say what Pat meant to you when you do it. Okay? So I'm going to read this little last thing, and then Jan will let her first balloon go. It is, what is life? It is the flash of a firefly in the night. It is the breath of a buffalo in the wintertime. It is the little shadow which runs across the grass and loses itself in the sunset.
Trouble. I'm with you.